What if loving someone wasn't about promises whispered too early, but about staying, even when nothing is guaranteed? This is not the story of someone who demands forever. This is the story of the one lover who quietly hopes to marry. Love that waits without pressure is not weak, and it is not afraid. It is the kind of love that understands that hearts do not move on command, and futures cannot be rushed into existence. It knows that real love grows at its own pace, quietly, steadily, without needing constant reassurance or forced promises. This love does not demand timelines or set deadlines for feelings to mature. Instead, it allows space to breathe, to grow, to choose freely. This kind of love shows itself in patience. It is present without being overwhelming, supportive without being controlling. It stays even when uncertainty lingers, not because it is desperate, but because it believes in the depth of what is being built. It listens more than it speaks and understands that silence does not always mean distance. Sometimes, silence is simply someone learning how to trust their own heart. Love that waits does not ask, "Why aren't we there yet?" It asks, "How can I make today easier for you?" It does not use guilt as a tool or fear as a weapon. It does not turn hope into pressure or affection into obligation. Instead, it offers consistency, the quiet comfort of knowing someone is there without conditions attached. This love understands that people carry histories, fears, and unfinished chapters. It does not rush someone to heal faster or love deeper than they are ready to. It respects boundaries not as walls, but as signs of emotional honesty. Waiting, in this sense, is not about standing still, it is about walking beside someone at their pace, matching their steps, even when the road ahead is unclear. There is strength in choosing patience. It takes courage to love without guarantees, to remain gentle in a world that often equates urgency with passion. Love that waits does not measure commitment by speed but by sincerity. It knows that what is forced can break, but what is allowed to grow naturally can endure. This kind of love stays rooted in understanding, choosing trust over control, hope over insistence, and care over demand. Silent promises made through actions are the most honest form of love, because they are not spoken to impress but live to be felt. This kind of love does not rely on constant declarations or dramatic words. Instead, it reveals itself in consistency, in the way someone shows up even when it would be easier to disappear. Actions become the language of devotion, speaking clearly where words might fail or fall short. This love is found in remembering the small things, the way someone takes their coffee, the songs that calm them, the moments when they need space rather than comfort. It exists in the instinct to protect without controlling, to support without announcing it. These actions are not loud, but they are steady, forming a foundation that feels safe and real. Every thoughtful gesture becomes a quiet vow, made not once, but every day. Silent promises live in reliability. In being there after long days, in checking in without being asked, in staying emotionally present during difficult conversations. They show love through effort, not performance. There is no need to prove anything to the world, because the person receiving that love feels it deeply, without needing explanations. Love like this is built through trust earned over time. This kind of devotion does not chase recognition. It understands that love is not about being seen, but about seeing the other person fully. It is choosing kindness during misunderstandings, patience during emotional distance, and empathy during moments of vulnerability. These choices, repeated quietly, create a bond stronger than any spoken promise. Silent promises also respect individuality. They allow someone to grow without fear of being abandoned for changing. They adapt, they learn, and they stay. Love expressed through action understands that commitment is not a single moment but a series of choices made when no one is watching. In these unspoken vows, love becomes dependable. It becomes the calm presence in chaos, the reassurance in uncertainty, the steady hand that does not let go when things feel unclear. This is the kind of love that builds trust without asking for it, that proves devotion without announcing it, and that holds the weight of forever in the simplest, most genuine acts. Hope hidden behind everyday moments is the quiet kind of dreaming that lives within ordinary routines. It does not announce itself loudly or demand attention. It exists in shared mornings, in casual conversations, in the comfort of familiarity. This hope is woven into simple gestures that seem insignificant on the surface but carry deeper meaning for the one who feels them. It is present when two people laugh over nothing, when silence feels natural rather than awkward, when time passes without being counted. This kind of hope reveals itself through imagination disguised as normalcy. A passing thought about future plans, a casual mention of places to visit, a gentle curiosity about what life might look like years from now. These are not promises, but possibilities, softly held. Hope lives in the way someone pictures the other person in moments that have not yet happened, without needing to speak it aloud. Everyday moments become containers for unspoken dreams. Sitting together after a long day, sharing meals, exchanging glances that carry understanding, all become reminders of what could be built together. This hope does not rush toward certainty, it waits patiently within the present, allowing love to grow naturally. It trusts that if something is meant to last, it will reveal itself in time. There is tenderness in this hidden hope. It protects itself from disappointment by staying subtle, by blending into routine. It understands that love is not always dramatic, sometimes it is found in consistency and comfort. Hope survives in repetition, in choosing the same person daily, even when nothing extraordinary happens. It is fueled by trust rather than expectation. This hope also accepts uncertainty. It does not demand answers or assurances. It allows love to exist as it is, appreciating the present without forcing the future. There is courage in hoping quietly, in believing without insisting. It is the kind of hope that stays alive because it is grounded in reality, not fantasy. Within these ordinary moments, hope becomes resilient. It learns to adapt, to wait, to grow alongside love rather than ahead of it. It remains present in shared routines, gentle conversations, and familiar comfort, carrying the dream of forever without ever needing to say it out loud. Choosing one heart every single day is not a grand declaration made once, it is a quiet decision renewed in countless small moments. It is waking up and deciding, again, to care, to stay, and to invest emotionally even when emotions are tired or challenged. This kind of love is not driven by excitement alone but by intention. It understands that feelings may fluctuate, but commitment is built through daily choice. This choice shows itself in loyalty during uncertainty. It means remaining emotionally present even when distractions exist, when easier options appear, or when misunderstandings create distance. Choosing one heart is about prioritizing connection over convenience. It is the decision to communicate rather than withdraw, to understand rather than assume, to protect the bond rather than test it. Everyday life becomes the setting where this choice is proven. It is reflected in patience during disagreements, in empathy during emotional lows, and in support during moments of doubt. Choosing one heart requires effort, not perfection. It asks for forgiveness, growth, and self-awareness. Love like this does not pretend conflict does not exist, it faces it with the intention to heal rather than to win. This daily choice also means accepting change. People evolve, dreams shift, and circumstances transform. Choosing one heart does not resist this evolution but adapts to it. It learns the new versions of the person it loves, embracing growth rather than fearing it. Commitment becomes flexible, allowing love to mature without losing its foundation. There is strength in repetition. Each day, love is reaffirmed through consistency. Small gestures, honest conversations, and shared responsibilities become proof of devotion. Choosing one heart is not about sacrificing individuality but about aligning lives while respecting independence. It is about building together without losing oneself. This kind of love finds meaning in responsibility. It understands that love is not sustained by emotion alone but by conscious care. Choosing one heart every day means standing by someone not only when it feels easy, but especially when it requires patience, resilience, and understanding. It is a devotion that grows deeper through everyday commitment, turning ordinary days into a lasting bond of trust and connection. Dreaming of marriage without forcing fate is a form of love that balances desire with respect for timing. It holds the vision of a shared future gently, without gripping it too tightly. This kind of love imagines a life together not as a demand, but as a possibility shaped by mutual readiness. It understands that marriage is not a destination to rush toward, but a journey that begins when two hearts choose it together. This dream lives quietly within everyday thoughts. It appears in moments of reflection, in imagining shared responsibilities, shared growth, and shared resilience. It is not fueled by pressure or fear of loss, but by a sincere wish to build something lasting. Dreaming in this way allows love to remain light, free from expectations that could weigh it down. There is humility in not forcing fate. It means trusting that what is meant to be will unfold naturally, without manipulation or urgency. This love does not use ultimatums or emotional leverage. It respects that commitment must be chosen willingly, not extracted through pressure. Marriage, in this dream, is meaningful precisely because it is freely given. This approach to love honors emotional maturity. It recognizes that both people must be ready, not just in love, but in understanding, responsibility, and self-awareness. Dreaming of marriage becomes less about timing and more about alignment. It is about growing individually while moving toward a shared future, allowing life to prepare both hearts. This love finds peace in patience. It allows uncertainty without panic, and waiting without resentment. It understands that forcing outcomes can fracture what patience could strengthen. Dreaming without forcing keeps love honest, preserving its warmth rather than turning it into obligation. Within this dream, marriage is seen not as proof of love, but as an extension of it. It is imagined as a partnership grounded in choice, respect, and shared purpose. This kind of dreaming nurtures love rather than consuming it, allowing hope to